Welcome back, friends. So in this video we will be working on project number 8, that is gold price prediction. We will be using random forest regression. So before beginning, let me give you a quick guide on what is random forest regression. So it is a regression algorithm in which multiple decision trees are made or created, and these decision trees give a value, and we find out the final output by by using the average of all the values that are given by the individual decision trees. Suppose the decision tree T1 gives a value V1, this tree gives a value of V2, and this tree gives the value of V3. Now we will take the averages of all these three and give the final result. So that's a quick guide what is random forest regression. Now coming back to our data set, we will be using this data set from Kaggle, and it has 6 columns and 2290 rows, and we have to predict the gold price. Okay, so you can download the dataset from this icon. I have already done that, and then you can paste the file using the upload button. Okay, now first we will import our libraries. Import numpy as np, import pandas as pd, then we will use matplot. Yeah, we will use them, and from sklearn.model selection we will use ensemble import random forest regressor, and we will import matrix. Okay, so as what is numpy? Numpy is used to create arrays, and pandas is used to convert our dataset into panda data frame, or you can see data structures. And then we have matplot and seaborn are used to plot graphs, and train test bed is used to divide our data set into training and test data. And this is the algorithm that we will use to train our model. And then we have matrices that we will use to find out the accuracy, or you can say error, in our model. Now the second one is the data collection. And processing gold data set is equals to pandas dot read csv. I think it's correct. Gold price data. Okay, gold price data. Now we will print first 5 rows. So gold data set dot head, so it will print first 5 rows. As we can see, we have date, spx, gold, uso, silver, slv, and euro to usd. Okay, these are, and we have to update the value of this. And now coming back, let's see how many rows are there. Gold data shape, so there are around 2290 rows and 6 columns, and this is enough data to train our model. Let's see if there are any null values. Checking for missing values. Gold data set dot is null is sum. Okay, so our data set has no missing values. That is good. Now we will print statistical measures. Goal dataset dot describe here. So we have this. As we can see, for the first column the mean is 1654, minimum value 676, maximum value is 2872. And what does 25, 50 and 75 means? 25 means that 25% of the value are less than 1239.87. Same goes with 50% and 70%. Okay, so now we will see what is correlation. Correlation between the different entities. So there are two types of correlation. The first one is the positive correlation, and the second one is the negative correlation. So what is correlation? So correlation defines the relationship between the two entities. So there are two types. The first one is positive. It uh, defines the two entities are directly proportionate to each other. For example, if the area of the house is increases, so the price of the house will also increase. So it shows positive correlation. But on the other hand, if a price is decreasing and if the if one entity is decreasing and the other entity is increasing, that means it is a negative correlation. So we will see what's the correlation. Correlation goes, I think spelling is equals to goal dataset dot co goal. Okay, so date is in string, so we have to drop it first. So what I will do here, goal dataset is equals to dot drop date. Yes, let me do it. I have to define access as well. Access is equals to 1. Now it will do. Okay, now let's rerun it. Yeah, now let's plot the graph. Figure fixed size is equals to, let's say, 8 by 8, and not is equals to true. Then we have fmt is equals to, let's say, 1.1 f, and not kws. Yeah, cmap blues is correct. The word fmt, it is repeated. Okay, it is repeated. Okay, now let's run it. Okay, let me explain it first. So plt.figure, so it is figure is the keyword. It defines the size, what should be the size of the graph. And then we have the sns.heatmap. It is known as heat map. You can see this is known as heat map, which defines the correlation and different, and what are the proportionate of relation between the entities. Then we have c bar. This line is called c bar, and it is true. Squares are true. fmt means for how many decimals you want to see the values. It's here, it is 0 0.7, 0 0.8. If I go for 0 0.2, you will see 0 0.2 up to 2 decimal places. Okay, As you can see, we have up to 2 decimal places. So for the easier, we will go for 0.1. Then we have a not KWS that defines the size of the cell. If I go for 10, so the size will increase. As you can, the size is increased now, and CMAP is equals to blue means that we have want to see that this in blue. Okay, as you can see, all the diagonals are dark blue color. That defines that both the entities SPX is related to SPX with proportion with equal proportionate. So all the diagonals will always be at 1. Then we have gold is related to SPX. They are not correlated as 0,0. Then USO is negatively correlated to SPS by minus 0.6, and same goes with the other entities. Okay, now we will move on and see uh, print the correlation value of gold. Let's print correlation relation of GLD. We can see that gold is positively correlated to SPX and negatively correlated to USO and negatively correlated to EUR and USD. So we can also see the correlation individually. Now what we can see the distribution of the gold, simple gold price. Okay, SNS dot distance plot, their density plots. As we can see, as the density increases high on the price of 120, and it has a very low value on the around 70 and 180. So it is a density graph. Now what we will do, we will splitting the features FATUR and the target variable. So target variable is nothing but the output. So x is equals to gold dataset dot, yeah. So we are dropping the gold column, which is a target column, and assigning all other columns to x, and we are assigning the target column to the y. Now we will print x and print y. So x has all the column except the gold column, and y has only the gold column. Now we will split our data, splitting our data into training and test data, extrain test. So what I did here is I splitted our data into two parts. The first one is the training and the second one is the test. We have 80% of data is in training data, and the rest of the 20% is in test data. Now let's print the number of rows just to double check. So originally we have 2290 rows and 4 columns, but now after splitting we have 1832 rows in training data and 456 rows in test data. Now what we will do, use model training in random forest. Regressor, ठीक है. Then we will load our model, random forest regressor, and estimates is equals to 100. Then we will use regressor.fit to train our model. So our model is now training. It will take some time. Yeah, it is done. Now let's predict our data prediction on test data prediction, data prediction is equals to regression dot predict. So our model has predicted the value for the columns presented in X-test. Now let's print it to see what it did. Okay, no, it will give the value of the gold. Okay, so these are all the values of the gold that our model has predicted, and it has around 1800 rows. 1800, yeah, 1832 outputs. Now we will check whether the predicted value is correct or not, or if it is not correct, then what is the error percentage in it. We will use R square error method to check it. Error score is matrix.rt score test data, it's correct. So our model is 98% accurate, 98.8% accurate. That's great. Now we will do the same on test data. Prediction on test data. Just a minute. Okay, we did it on the test data. We forgot to do it in train data, but that's not a problem. So we are getting of around 98%, so we don't need to again predict it. So we are getting the accuracy of 98.8. that is good. Yeah, so that's all for now, and if you have any query regarding this, do let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.